Alright, you guys are here for the manga and the thumbnail. You're here to listen to me tell you about the manga. You're here to listen to me talk about my love for mommies for the 5th time in a row. But before we get into all of that, you need to listen to me. One of my favorite pastimes is to watch football, or soccer if you're not from literally everywhere else in the world. And I know that these two couldn't be more further apart. Every time I bring my opinions on football, they're like, "Oh, shut the fuck up, Gooner, go back to jerking off to cartoon boobies." And every time I talk about anime or hentai to some of my other friends, they're like, "Yeah, cool. We don't watch that shit though." Which is fair, completely. But I need you guys to hear me out because this will come into play for the reason of this video. And don't worry, I'll be quick. I am a massive fan of the football club Real Madrid. I've been a fan for nearly 10 years now and it's brought me a lot of joy. But recently, they really haven't been doing that so much. On the other hand, there's another team called Arsenal who has been the butt of the joke in the football world for decades. And when club football's biggest competition announced that these two were gonna go against each other, everybody had no doubt that Real Madrid were going to win. I mean, I had some doubts, but I still believe we could do it. Like, come on. We haven't been the best recently, but we are still the biggest club in the world, right? We have 3 of the best attackers right now. We should be scoring a few, right? Arsenal is the club that always fumbles the bag, and they have been doing that for consecutive years, so they should undoubtedly lose, right?
It's Rice. What a goal! Declan Rice with an absolute rocket with a free kick. It's Declan Rice again. Oh! What a goal from Declan Rice! First time shot, 3-0. What a fantastic finish!
Marino looking for Saka. Brilliant! Bukayo at the Bernabeu. Who's given Fran Garcia something to think about. Martinelli through on goal at the Bernabeu.
I swear to fucking God! Point is, I haven't been having a really good time. And with my team playing like shit and millions of people clowning on us for losing, I need some satisfying revenge. Which brings us to the manga. Is the bully bad or is the bullied me bad? A 30-chapter series with a complete and very well concluded story that brought all the pieces in my broken heart together. Now instead of me recapping for a bit with my goofy ass voice and telling you my opinion of the whole shebang, I'm gonna do something a little different than usual. I feel like to really sell a manga based on revenge, I need to first hook you into the why you want to root for the main character and how you are going to get the satisfaction. A lot of revenge mangas end up being trash because 1, they tend to give the main characters a bad ending because the author always has this notion to try to tell the readers, vengeance is bad, and you're only gonna lose yourself in the part. Shut the fuck up, I know that, and I don't give a shit. If I want to heal myself, I would be reading Vinland Saga, but no, I want to hurt everyone right now. Sorry guys, I'm still pissed about the match. And 2, a lot of times the main characters always end up miserable, and they always drag the show in order to be a cash grab by edging the readers and blue-balling them from getting that actual satisfaction. It pisses me off, and I'm sure it pisses you off too. So without further ado, let me start by telling you the premise of this extremely satisfying manga that has an extremely unsatisfying start. And I mean that in the best way possible. First chapter starts, boom, immediately you see a poor kid getting bullied by pretty much every boy in the class with one ringleader standing out. We're gonna call this guy a massive piece of shit. So fast forward to the next page and it takes place in a future where everybody has already turned into adults and they're meeting up for a class reunion where everybody is happy and cheery. Then the atmosphere changes when a certain man appeared. All the joyful faces slowly descended into anxiety, worry, and concern. Even the shitbag stopped his big speech to take in to seeing the face he never thought of seeing. The face of the kid that he bullied so long ago. We're going to call this guy Absolutely Goated Chad. Mr. Poopy then reminisced of all the times he spent with him for a while until ending the speech with a toast to having fun, when everybody in the room is clearly not looking for it anymore. Instead, it starts with one person apologizing to Absolutely Goated Chad, telling him about how regretful she was for only standing by, despite the flashbacks showing how much fun she had in watching him get bullied. Then more people start sweating, wondering what to do until a massive piece of shit came in their way and went up to him first, mocking him for dropping out of school and not attending the graduation, knowing full well that he was the main cause of it. However, Absolutely Goated Chad didn't take the provocation and instead reached out for a handshake as a photographer took a picture of this moment. But while that is happening, this doo-doo puts his face closer and asks him, "You, what did you come here for? This party is ruined now that you came here. We were supposed to remember the fun times. Read the mood, idiot." "What? Staying quiet? It's that part of you that makes you so annoying. Even if we stuck your head in the toilet, or threw bars at your face, or made you eat garbage you didn't resist even once, you've really got to liven up a bit.
Would the bullying have stopped if I resisted?
Well, I guess I probably would have. In the end, the one who gets bullied is the one to blame. And I'm going to tell you right now, this sentence is a canon event. And the party ends with the goat smiling as Poopy Head looks at him in disgust. Shitty Man then comes home to his happy family consisting of his wife and daughter, but not without giving us another one of his cringy monologues. This is reality. It's not often people are able to turn your life around. Rulers will always stay as losers. Thank you. Thanks to you, I'm in a good mood this morning. But little did he know, as the manga shifts to the focus to the Dudu's daughter, we're gonna call her... I feel like giving her a nickname will spoil it, so we'll just use her actual name, Shiori. Turns out that now we see her getting bullied, and despite being terrified, she just pretended like everything is okay. And as she is on her way to class, she turns around as a teacher greets her. That teacher being none other... Oh yeah, this is fucking juicy as shit. Chad brings her to an empty room to talk one-on-one with each other, as he realizes that she has been bullied, which shocks her. But despite him offering her help, her response was to, again, pretend like nothing had happened. To which he responds with an alright. But beware, even a little harassment will grow worse if you leave it alone, as he has experienced it himself, showing all the scars that he has received during middle school, which shook Shiori to the core. All to the point where she says those who bullied him can't be human, not knowing that the very person who did all this was her own biological father. That same dad who we just saw said that those who get bullied are the ones to blame. Could he say the same thing when his own daughter is the victim? Could he say the same thing when his daughter gets ostracized, gets blackmailed, gets beat up to the point where she wants to unalive herself? This poor kid that he truly loves from the bottom of his heart. Can he genuinely look her in the eye and say that it is her fault? Are you guys interested yet? Cause just talking about this is making me want to reread the entire manga again. Guys, I am being dead ass for real right now. Just writing the script of this video is making me want to stop recording and just go back to reading the story for the next 2 hours. Because I swear, it is that good. I mean, I am already low-key telling you partially of what is going to happen to Shiori, and I really want to tell you guys about what is going to happen to this turd here. But I don't want to spoil the fun, and instead just focus on trying to get you to read it. That way we can just talk about the manga together in the comment section and have our fun over there, or talk to me on Twitter. That'd be pretty dope too. For now, let's start with the main character, the absolute GOAT himself. He is the exemplary type of person that we should always try to be. He is manipulative and controls people by swaying their emotions and confusing them. He gaslights people. He talks so much shit that even COD lobbies would be impressed. But he does all of this while still being a kind and caring person that sides with the victims. Even when you think he is not, or when you think he is going too far, the plot will unravel itself, revealing that he is only doing what has to be done, as he is about to give the villain/antagonist of the series the biggest whooping of his life. A whooping that has been built up for decades, and when I tell you that he absolutely deserves it, I mean that with my entire being. This manga does a fantastic job in making this piece of shit a real piece of shit. Throughout his life, he's been born privileged. His reasoning of bullying our GOAT was something completely petty. Despite having a loving family, he still cheats. And he doesn't cheat because he loves a mistress. No, in fact, she is just one of many, and only views her as a toy to play around with until he gets bored. And when you think he couldn't get worse, he still bullies people now. And the fact that he doesn't get any consequences but instead gets rewarded for his action really reinforces you to want to see him get pummeled to the ground. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If what I am about to tell you does not make you want to read it, then this story is just not for you. I'm not even gonna bother. But what our GOAT does to this perfectly shaped turd is more than satisfying. In any other series, I would go,
Stop! He's already dead!
But when it comes to him getting his punishment, my reaction is, and you know what makes this extremely good? It's that almost everything that happens to him is ultimately his own fault. all the actions I've told you about, how he gets away with them and he gets rewarded for it, completely blows up in his face. Bro thought life was all sweet until he realized he was playing with poison. And you know what's even funnier? When he started going down a spiral, our goat still offered him a chance. Literally, a lot of times he is given plenty of opportunities to save himself, but he is such a piece of shit that he quite literally butt-fucks his own butthole. I love seeing absolutely annoying and evil people get karma'd, and although it wouldn't have happened without the main character, it is ultimately his own fault, and there is nothing more hilarious than seeing a clown fall victim of his own sins. So many revenge mangas nowadays completely miss the mark, and a lot of mangas in general are just so inconsistent with its release date that it takes years, or until now we never know if there's even an end goal to any of it. But this series is one of those rare occurrences, when the vengeance hits the scratch just right, with no plot holes without giving us any bad aftertaste, and a complete story with a satisfying conclusion that makes you have nothing but appreciation for it. Sure, maybe there might be some things that could have been done better, I won't deny that, but in a medium where a satisfying revenge story is actually pretty rare, this manga is a gem. So I'm going to give Is the Bully Bad or Is the Bullied Me Bad a solid score of 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 is because there aren't enough MILFs. Okay, bye bye.